Hi everyone, in this video session we can start with the synopsis for electrochemistry. It is one of the most important topic for your competitive examinations like CET, NEET as well as JEE. So once you consider the topics which are present in electrochemistry, which are most important from your examination point of view, they are as follows. So which are those? Very firstly you can consider that is electrochemical series, then relation between Gibbs free energy and EMF of cell, then Nernst equation and its application, then conductance in electrolytic solution, then measurement of conductivity, then variation of conductivity and molar conductivity with concentration, that is with variation of concentration, then Kohlrausch law and its applications, then electrolytic cells and electrolysis, then Faraday's laws of electrolysis, then types of cells or batteries, and lastly corrosion. And among these topics, most of the questions they have arisen in, if you consider the previous year papers, most of the questions they have arisen from the topics like, you can say that is the relationship between Gibbs free energy and EMF of cell, most important topic. Then with regard to the Kohlrausch law and its application, then measurement of conductivity and variation of conductivity and molar conductivity with concentration. Got it? And Faraday's laws of electrolysis. These are still further you have to give more importance for these topics among whatever I have covered the topics. So now we can go for different topics one after the another. So we can have the fast recap under this synopsis. We can learn topics one after the another. Very firstly, we can go for types of cells. Which are the two types of cells as you know? So one is galvanic cell, or it is also called as voltaic cell. Another one is electrolytic cell. As you know, here there is a conversion of chemical energy into electrical energy, that is in case of galvanic cells. One of the best example is your Daniell cell. Whereas you can get the conversion of electrical energy into chemical energy, such cells can be considered as electrolytic cells. So there will be interconversion of electrical into chemical and chemical into electrical energy. As you know, one of the important example, that is Daniell cell, comes under galvanic cell. So that Daniell cell is given by the simple notation, that is zinc is in contact with the zinc ions, Zn2 plus ions. It is considered as one of that electrode which is undergoing oxidation, and another one copper ions is in contact with, that is copper is in contact with copper ions. So here we can consider it is undergoing reduction. As you know, there are two electrodes. One is left hand side, other one is right hand side. RHS, another one is LHS. Right hand side electrode and the left hand side electrode. Here the left hand side electrode which is undergoing oxidation, and right hand side electrode which is undergoing reduction here. As you can see here, zinc is undergoing oxidation. Zn is losing 2 electrons. With the release of 2 electrons, it is converting to Zn plus 2. Hence it is acting as anode. Whereas copper plus 2 ion, they are just getting electrons which were given by zinc. It is getting those electrons and it is undergoing reduction, so that Cu plus 2 ions is getting reduced to Cu, copper. Hence it is reduction which is acting as cathode here. So in the Daniell cell, which is acting as anode, that is zinc, which is acting as cathode, that is copper. And hence we can give that simple notation, whichever will undergo oxidation is written on left hand side, whichever is undergoing that is reduction is written on right hand side. Here you can find that double line. That double line represents the salt bridge. One of that salt bridge content will be, component will be potassium sulfate. You can consider as an example. And if you say this Daniell cell, whatever that EMF is obtained, that EMF of cell is equal to 1.1 volt. Got it? Here we can convert this galvanic cell, that is Daniell cell, into electrolytic cell. Here if voltage will be lesser than 1.1 volt, then it is acting as what cell? Galvanic cell, where that is chemical energy is converting into electrical energy. With the oxidation, both simultaneous oxidation reduction, we are getting the generation of 1.1 volt. In case if you are externally supplying the voltage higher than that is greater than that of 1.1 volt, then this Daniell cell will be acting as not galvanic cell, then it will be acting as electrolytic cell. You should remember this point, electrolytic cell. If you supply more than 1.1 volt, then the reverse case will be considered. That is, zinc will undergo reduction and copper will undergo oxidation. If it is greater than 1.1 volt, then copper is undergoing oxidation. That is, copper is converting into copper ions, and zinc ions is getting converting into zinc. Got it? Therefore, both the cases are possible with respect to the Daniell cell, where depending on that voltage, we can consider either it can act as what, galvanic cell, or even it can act as electrolytic cell. Then let us move on to the next, electrode potential. The next term is electrode potential. What is that electrode potential actually? As you know, we can place zinc in the solution which contains its own ions, zinc ions. And another beaker we can take copper is dipped in the solution which contains its own ions, that is Cu plus 2 ions. Then there will be a equilibrium existing between the zinc and Zn plus 2, and even we can consider equilibrium can exist between copper and copper plus 2 ions. So they can consider as half cells, we can know. That is single electrodes we can consider. So here in this case, whenever a metal is in contact with its own ions, certain potential is developed there. So that potential, it is a tendency of an element when it is placed in contact with its own ions to either lose or gain electrons, in turn become positively or negatively charged. And the electrode potential will be either oxidation potential or reduction potential. As you can say, if zinc is placed in zinc ions solution, then it is having oxidation potential. Whereas copper is placed in copper ion solution, which will be developing reduction potential. Therefore, either it will be oxidation potential or reduction potential. It is based on the nature of the metal. So that is regarding electrode potential. The next topic, that is standard electrode potential. After learning about electrode potential, now we can move on to standard electrode potential. Here that symbol is represented as E0. As you know, there are two types of potential. One is reduction potential, the other is oxidation potential. Either the potential can be generated during oxidation or during the reduction. Here, what is that standard electrode potential you can consider? It may be defined as the electrode potential of an electrode determined relative to standard hydrogen electrode under standard conditions. Here we can construct the cell by taking hydrogen, standard hydrogen electrode, and pairing with another electrode. So by pairing two half cells, you are going to get the complete cell, as you know very well. So here that particularly electrode of hydrogen is said to be taken as standard, that is said to be 0 for standard hydrogen electrode. Then it is easy for us to find out the electrode potential of the other half cell. Therefore, we can consider that by pairing one of that electrode with the standard hydrogen electrode, we can easily find out the standard electrode potential, that is E0 value. So here for this determination of the standard electrode potential, there are certain conditions required. Which are those conditions? There in that cell, we have to maintain the 1 molar concentration of the ions in the respective solutions. And we have to maintain the temperature about, that is exactly at 298 Kelvin. And in case if that cell is containing gas, then we have to maintain 1 bar pressure. So therefore, we can consider these are the conditions where we need to maintain to get that standard electrode potential. Then once we have found out the potential, here we can take one as the standard, which is that standard potential we are considering reduction potential as considered as standard potential. So here if we consider that reduction potential as the standard, Here I have mentioned certain values. I have not taken all the electrochemical series. I have picked few examples among that complete electrochemical series. That's why I have given that is Briefoot electrochemical series here. Here at the center we can find there is presence of hydrogen, as you know. So hydrogen, it is undergoing reduction. H plus is converting into H2. By gaining electron, it is undergoing reduction to convert into H2. There, that electrode potential, reduction potential of this hydrogen will be equal to 0 volt. So if we consider, that is that 0 volt which can be taken as standard. And as you know here, before 0, whatever that values you can consider, they are all said to be there positive. As you move from top to bottom, there will be decrease in the value. Initially, there will be higher value, higher voltage of reduction potential. Gradually, there will be decrease in that reduction potential value. They are reaching 0. Still, they are reaching negative values. Got it? So, our relay from top to bottom position, from fluorine to lithium, which is converting into the respective reduced form, that is F minus, and here Li plus to Li. There is decrease in the value from positive value changing into negative value, as you can consider here. So F2 is converting into 2F minus, fluoride ions. Fluorine is converting into fluoride ions. Here this is just having that reduction potential generated during the reduction process is exactly equal to 2.81 volts. As you know, it is a positive value. So in case if the reduction potential value is positive, then you remember it is easy for the reduction process. Then after this F2, here you can construct chlorine here. This chlorine is converting into chloride ions. There is also reduction process, and here that reduction potential value is 1.36 volt. You can compare here. Chlorine can easily undergo reductions, or it is still lesser when compared to fluorine. So here among fluorine and chlorine, which can easily undergo reduction? Fluorine can easily undergo reduction when compared to chlorine, because that reduction potential value is lesser for chlorine when compared to fluorine. Got it? By comparing this reduction potential itself, we can just compare that reducing property as well as oxidizing property also. And if you move further, so bromine, here in this case, bromine is converting into bromide ions. That electrode potential is 1.09 volt. It is still lesser than this of fluorine and chlorine. So reduction is comparatively lesser. That is, it is less eager to undergo reduction when compared to chlorine and fluorine. Then if you come for the metal, that is Fe plus 3 is converting to Fe plus 2. Here that voltage will be, a reduction potential value will be 0.77 volt. Then if you compare that Fe plus 3 into Fe plus 2, that is reduction of ferric into ferrous, it is having lesser reduction potential value. Lesser reduction potential value. And if we come for iodine, still it is still further lesser value when compared to that of bromine, chlorine and fluorine. As you move downward the series from fluorine, then chlorine, bromine, then iodine, then there will be decrease in that values of reduction potential value. And you just reach the 0 value when you come for reduction of H plus into H2. H plus is not that much eager to undergo reduction as you compare with respect to other halogens. But if you compare this hydrogen with respect to other metals like second group elements and second group metal ions and first group metal ions, which are those? Magnesium, then sodium, potassium and lithium. So here they are more electropositive in nature, as you know. They are not much eager to undergo reduction. They can readily give up electron, but it is difficult to undergo reduction. Hence, their reduction potential value is negative. If the reduction potential value is positive, easy for the reduction. If the reduction potential value is negative, difficult for the reduction. Got it? The ions are the elements which they undergo easy reduction, then they can be considered as good oxidizing agent. But weak reducing agent. Hence, if you move in the upward direction, they are acting as strong oxidizing agent because themselves they can easily undergo reduction rather than oxidation. Hence, they are acting as a strongest oxidizing agent but weakest reducing agents. But as you move downwards here, as you can compare here, magnesium, sodium, potassium, lithium. Finally, if we come for lithium plus is converting to lithium. Actually, here it has got a minus or negative reduction potential value, that is minus 3.05 volts. So that negative value indicates that it is very much difficult for the conversion of Li plus into Li. Therefore, it can easily undergo oxidation. So it is strongest reducing agent. It can easily give off electron, but it is difficult to attract the electron. Hence, in this case, whichever that elements which are having more and more negative values of reduction potential, standard reduction potential values, then they are said to be strongest reducing agent. It is easy for oxidation rather than reduction. If you go in the opposite direction, Li plus, if it converts into Li, its reduction potential value is minus 3.05 volt. If Li is converting into Li plus, then oxidation potential will be not minus but same value, that is plus 3.05. So plus 3.05 is higher value. So easy for oxidation rather than reduction. Therefore, we can just have shown the arrow mark here. From bottom to the top position, there will be increase in the power of oxidizing agent. So which is the strongest oxidizing agent among this? That is F2. So which is the strongest reducing agent here? That is Li plus. So that can be easily compared by taking the help of the respective standard reduction potential values. Got it? What is the standard reduction potential value for hydrogen? That is, it is neither negative nor positive value. That is exactly, it is equal to 0 volts. That is 0 reduction potential value. How we can calculate EMF of a cell? So let us take an example. So here they have mentioned that cell representation, zinc is in contact with Zn plus 2, salt bridge, Fe2 plus is in contact with Fe3 plus, which is in contact with Pt, that is platinum. As you know, zinc is undergoing oxidation and iron is undergoing reduction here. So once you can consider, so Fe Here we can take one example for calculation of EMF of a cell. So they have mentioned one of that cell representation. Zinc is in contact with Zn plus 2, salt bridge, Fe3 plus is in contact with Fe2 plus, then with platinum, that is noble metal Pt. Here they have mentioned that reduction potential value for the zinc minus 0.76 volt, and that potential for Fe plus 3 into Fe plus 2, that is 0.77 volts. So they have mentioned that E0 value for both the zinc as well as for iron electrodes. And here, as you know, according to this cell representation, left hand side electrode will undergo oxidation. Hence zinc is undergoing oxidation and iron is undergoing reduction. Fe plus 3 is converting to Fe plus 2, that is ferric into ferrous. Here if you take that cell equation, that is EMF of cell is given as electrode, that is ERHS minus ELHS. Electrode potential of the electrode which is on right hand side minus electrode potential of the electrode which is on left hand side. So which is on right hand side here, that is for iron. They mentioned that value plus 0.77. So minus. Then what is that electrode potential which is lying on left hand side, that is for zinc, they have mentioned minus. So minus of minus 0.76, minus into minus, it will become plus 0.77 plus 0.76, you will get 1.53 volts. So that is that EMF of the cell. That is how we can calculate EMF of cell by simply considering this is one of that simple formula. Then we can go for one of that equation which is called as Nernst equation. So Nernst will give that relationship with respect to E cell and the Gibbs free energy. So here delta G is Gibbs free energy. Change in Gibbs free energy is related to E cell as delta G is equal to minus NF E cell. So as you know, F is it is measurement of that in terms of amperes, as you know. Here delta G, E cell and nature of process. So delta G, E cell and how it is related to nature of the process. In case if you consider this is delta G, if E cell value is positive, then plus into minus is minus. Therefore delta G will become negative, hence that reaction. Wherever that Gibbs free energy value is negative, always you remember that reaction is spontaneous. And in case if E cell is EMF of cell is said to be negative, then minus into minus will become positive. Therefore, delta G value will become positive. Hence, that reaction, in case if Gibbs change in Gibbs free energy value is positive, then exactly it is said to be non-spontaneous. Got it? Depending on that sign convention, we can easily consider whether that process is spontaneous or non-spontaneous. You can easily decide that. Next, here we can consider another format for this. Same, that is standard form of this Nernst equation at standard conditions, as you know. So at standard conditions, then here we can write delta G naught is equal to minus NF E naught of the cell. Here, as you know, we know that delta G is equal to another format of this expression. Delta G is equal to delta G naught plus RT ln Q. Here we are taking natural logarithm of the Q. So that is reaction quotient. Q is reaction quotient. Here delta G is equal to delta G naught plus, in spite of writing this ln value, if you want to convert natural logarithms, that is to the base log or log 10 base logarithms, natural logarithms to logarithms, then we have to multiply with 2.303. Hence we can write 2.303 RT. In spite of writing ln, you can write log base 10 Q. Then by considering these expressions, what we can change this expression? Here actually, in spite of writing this delta G, we can write minus NFE, because delta G is equal to minus NFE. That is equal to minus delta G naught is equal to minus N of E naught plus 2.303 RT log base 10 Q, as you know. So that is E is equal to E naught minus, we can consider, so that is we can convert this symbol. Negative symbol will become positive and positive will become negative. Hence we can write E is equal to E naught plus will become minus here minus 2.303 RT divided by NF, because we are taking NF as we are dividing the whole equation by NF. To remove this NF, we are dividing the whole expression by NF. Hence you will get 2.303 RT by NF log base 10 Q. As you know, the values of standard temperature, R value, then Faraday's 96,500 coulombs, by substituting all those values, you will get that value, constant value 0.059. Then log base 10 Q divided by N, you can just write it is. That is, N is representing the number of electrons transacted in any half cell reaction. So based on that nature of that ions, so we can predict what is that number of electrons got exchanged during this redox reaction. Hence we can get that value of E. So E is equal to E naught minus 0.059 by N log Q. Just remember this expression. In general, we can consider that Nernst equation with respect to this general equation, A combines with B to give product C and D. So there will be exchange of electrons here. So as you know, here E cell, EMF of cell is equal to E naught cell minus RT by NF ln. It is active concentration of products divided by active concentration of reactants, and their reaction quotient they will be raised as the power here. Here as you can consider, that is C to the power C, B to the power B and A to the power A. Here C to the power C D to the power D, A to the power A, then B to the power P. So as you can consider, at equilibrium, in case if that reaction is said to be at equilibrium, if equilibrium is attained, then for that such reaction, E cell will be equal to 0. Here because delta G will be equal to 0 for equilibrium and NFE will be equal to 0. Therefore, here you can consider E cell will become 0. If E cell becomes 0, then we can write E naught cell is equal to, here minus value will become positive, that is it becomes E naught cell is equal to 0.0591 by N log Kc, where Kc is nothing but that is equilibrium constant. That is how we can find E naught cell by knowing the value of the Kc value and with the help of this formula, that is E naught cell is equal to 0.0591 by N log Kc.